99X. It's Barnes and Leslie. Surviving Lake Lanier is out now on Amazon Prime Video. Fascinating docu-series. We've got William Anderson here. He is the director, one of the directors, and one of the producers of this docu-series. Let's check out another scene and then get back into it with William. Have a look.
Once I hit the water, once my head went under the water, I heard a voice say to me, "Chastity, you're under the water." I don't know why I was saved that day. It will forever be an angel. Whether it's an angel from Oscarville, or if it was just one of my ancestors, or just an angel that God sent.
All right, that again is from Surviving Lake Lanier. That is out now, Amazon Prime Video, and just a whole stack of really spooky stories here.
William, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard, anywhere from 10 to 11 people a year drown in Lake Lanier. I'm sure there are many theories, but why are there so many drownings?
Actually, since its inception, Lake Lanier has had around 700 deaths since it's been a thing.
That is a lot.
Yeah. And I think ultimately for me, I believe in the paranormal. There's a lot of bloodshed under the lake. A lot of people will argue, and you'll see this, I'm sure, on Amazon Prime. A lot of people say it's because people don't practice safety with boating, and people don't know how to swim. They're getting on the lake being intoxicated, etc. But I think it ultimately goes deeper than that, because I've heard stories of someone trying to fix a boat, for instance. They fell over and they just completely left. They didn't even float up or anything. They just completely went into water, and that was it. They never came back up.
And last year in 2023 was the deadliest year of drowning since 2019. And again, they're blaming the alcohol consumption and all of that. But there's one story back in 1958. Two young girls, Delia Mae Parker Young and Susie Roberts, disappeared after their car skidded off of a bridge while crossing the lake. And locals claim that they have seen Parker Young haunting the lake. And I guess that's where that nickname came from, Lady of the Lake.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly where it came from.
Do you cover that in the docuseries?
We don't cover that in Volume 1, but it will be within the docuseries, maybe in Volume 2 or Volume 3. I'm going to keep it under wraps.
Okay, and that whole thing, they're claiming that some of these people disappearing, they're being dragged down to the bottom. And by the way, I don't know if you remember, Usher's ex-wife, Tamika Foster, started a petition to drain the lake after her son, Kyle Glover, died there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was recent.
Yeah.
That was in 2023 that she started that petition. I'm not sure when the death happened. A while back.
Yeah, the death was a little while back. I don't know the exact year, but yeah. I saw that petition, and it was very controversial. But I mean, how can you blame her? She lost, her son to the lake.
I remember when that happened, because wasn't Usher was there. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that he was there, but that is not his child.
What a deadly history this lake has, and people thinking it's haunted. So that's why I'm really excited about watching this docuseries. But you kind of hinted that you're going to have a part 2. What?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're, like I said, as long as people are loving what they're seeing, they're enjoying it, they're becoming educated, and they're entertained. Of course, this is entertainment. We will do as many parts as people want to hear people's crazy, story on Lake Lanier.
Well, you hit at the right time, because true crime is, buzzing more than ever, and it has been for several years. What about the part about these burial grounds? You touched on that earlier, cemeteries that supposedly officials said, oh, we're going to move the departed to a new location, all of this. And people don't believe that's true, that there are still graves down at the bottom, even with gravestones and little things, people brought to put on the graves still remaining down there.
I think it's honestly true. Like we said a bit earlier in the show, the government had a deadline as to where the lake had to be made. A lot of money went into this. So I cannot sit up here and believe that they just said, just get it done when you can. I just don't believe it. And when you're on a deadline and you're on this time crunch, a lot of money, millions of dollars is at risk. You're not going to be able to do the most efficient job to get something of this stature done. So that's why I'm ultimately a believer that the lake is haunted. There is something paranormal going there because of all the history that we've been talking about, bloodshed, there's just too much under that lake for every drowning to just be, oh, that's intoxication. Oh, that's someone that can't swim.
I read where one of the longtime divers in Lake Lanier has publicly said that when you dive there, you can feel body parts.
When you dive there?
Yes.
Wow.
You can reach out in the dark and you can feel an arm or a leg.
Ooh.
That gives me the creeps.
There was someone actually in the docu-series who, and no spoiler, but he retired as a paramedic and first responder. And he said he went under one time and he saw a gravestone just being under there one time. And that just told me everything I needed to know. They did not remove everything.
Barnes, you need to do a little research. Go do some diving in Lake Lanier.
Yeah, no thanks. Well, even recently they were showing that the water wasn't even safe to get in. I don't know when this was, like not even 6 months ago, I believe. They had news stories and they were like, the beach is closed and you can't get in the water. Mm-hmm. Who knows what they have going on under there? I mean, I'm not like Mr. Big Conspiracy Theory person, but there are so many things that exist in history that went on below that water. And it is, a little troubling.
Yeah, absolutely. And the people there was a scare where people were getting bacteria from the lake because
That was it.
Yeah, it's so dirty. Like they got, I forgot the term. I'm not going to butcher it, but yeah, some people got like bacteria from the lake and they had to go to like the hospital because it's dirty because, it's not cleaned or anything, obviously, because it's a man-made lake.
Yeah, this is scary stuff. Well, we will all watch, trust me.
Fascinating.
Surviving Lake Lanier, that is now on Amazon Prime Video. That's William Anderson. William, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Barnes and Leslie, for having me on the show.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
A missing jet skier has been found in Lake Lanier.
He slipped off a dock, fell into the water, and didn't resurface. His body was found 17 feet underwater.
He is the 8th person to drown at the lake this year.
A 73-year-old man has drowned in Lake Lanier.
Lake Lanier strikes again.
There's been yet another victim at Lake Lanier.
Why do people drown at Lake Lanier?
Poor safety measures, or is the lake haunted?
Is Lake Lanier haunted?
Is Lake Lanier haunted?
Is Lake Lanier haunted?
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie.
99X.